And we return to a subject which is of critical importance, and that is our Prophet, Allah's blessings be upon him, was prophesied as only a prophet of Allah could prophesy. He said that the Messiah came, the Messiah left, but he said that the Messiah will return. Kayfa antum? What a wonderful time that would be. Iza nazala alaykum Maryam, when the son of Mary, the son of Maryam, will descend amongst you. Mirza Ghulam Ahmad was the son of a Punjabi woman. Allah's messenger is talking about the son of Maryam, that the son of Maryam will descend amongst you. And he says, wa imamukum minkum. And at that time, your imam who rules over you would not be the Security Council of the United Nations. It won't be the United Nations Charter. It won't be international law. It won't be the secular state. No. It won't be the Constitution. At that time when the son of Mary is to return, the son of Maryam will return. He says, your imam will be from within your own ranks. And so we will recover freedom at that time. Pakistan is struggling to recover freedom. If this is the prophecy of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, that the son of Mary will return, the son of Maryam will return one day, then why? How do we explain that so many now reject this belief? How do we explain that there are so many Islamic movements who reject the belief in this return of Maryam, the son of Mary? No. The Ahmadiyya movement takes pride of place, of course. They're the ones who teach this absolute nonsense, total nonsense. No. The son of Mary survived the crucifixion. And he traveled, I don't know whether he traveled by land or by sea or by air. He traveled to Kashmir, and he lived and died in Kashmir. And so he's not coming back. I don't know where that rubbish came from, but these are people, the members of the Ahmadiyya movement. You could talk and talk and talk to them. They are like a wall of stone. They cannot accept anything you teach. They are people who will be brainwashed totally. So we forget the Ahmadiyya movement and their foolishness about the son of Mary not coming back. But there are others, distinguished scholars, who also hold the same view. So then, how is it if the Quran explains all things? Must there not be an explanation in the Quran? Yes, there is. When the Quran took up the subject of the crucifixion, it said, number one, they did not kill him. It said, number two, they did not crucify him. It said, number three, وَلَكِنْ شُبِّهَ لَهُمْ. But Allah made it appear that they crucified him, when in fact they did not succeed in crucifying him. So what did Allah do to get them to believe that he was crucified when he was not crucified? For the answer for that, we have to leave Surah Ali Imran. And we have to go to we have to leave Surah Nisa, my apologies. And we have to go now to Surah Ali Imran. And I have been teaching this verse of the Quran again and again and again and again, and some of you are tired, and yet these nutcrackers cannot understand. What can we do with the people who cannot understand? What does Allah say about the crucifixion in Surah Ali Imran? It is so simple. This is what he said, Ya Isa, ba'da'uzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Ya Isa, are you listening? O Jesus, inni mutawaffika. I am going to take your soul. That is the correct explanation of the Quran. I am going to take your soul. How then all these people are explaining the Quran in English and they say, I'm going to take you? That is dishonest. Allah is not saying, I'm going to take you. He said, I'm going to take your soul. Where is the proof? Where is the proof? Inni mutawaffika means I am going to take your soul. It is the Quran which must explain the Quran, but these nutcrackers, they betray the Quran. They want the Quran to explain what they believe, and they will not submit to truth in the Quran. What does the Quran say about wafat? Go to the Quran, to Surah Al-Zumar, and this is what Allah says about wafat. He says, Allahu yatawaffal anfusam hina mawtiha. That Allah takes the soul at the time of death. Well, if he took the soul of Jesus, did he die? Because he says, I take the soul at the time of death. But the verse goes on to say something more. وَالَّتِي لَمْ تَمُتْ. But there are those whose souls I take, but most certainly they don't die. فِي مَنَامِهَا. I take their souls when they are sleeping. Let us return to an accurate explanation of the verse, repeating it for these nutcrackers who will not listen, will not listen. It is so frustrating. Allahu yatawaffal anfusa hina mawtiha. Allah takes the soul at the time of maut or death. وَالَّتِي لَمْ تَمُتْ فِي مَنَامِهَا. But there are those whose souls are taken while they are asleep, and they most certainly do not experience death or maut. How come? فَيُمْسِكُ الَّتِي قَضَى عَلَيْهَا الْمَوْتِ. For those for whom death is written, Allah keeps the soul. But what about the rest? What about the rest? وَيُرْسِلُ الْأُخْرَى إِلَى أَجَلٍ مُسَمَّى. But the rest he sends back the soul at the time of death. Sends back the soul for a determined period of time. So if Allah took the soul of Jesus, Nabi Isa alayhi salam, if he took the soul, and if he said, no, they did not kill him, they did not crucify him, then you need only $2 worth of common sense to understand. He took the soul, and then he returned it. He took the soul, and then he returned it. When did he return it? When no one was looking, because he wanted them to believe that he was crucified. So when no one was looking, he returned the soul to the body. And then Allah continued, وَرَفِيُكَ إِلَيَّ, and I'm going to raise you on to myself. So after the soul was returned to the body, only then did Allah raise him unto himself. But there are some people, they simply stop thinking. They simply stop thinking. And you can't get them to think. And so Nabi Isa alayhi salam did not experience maut. If you say he died, you are a kafir. Because Allah says, no, he did not die. They did not kill him. If you say that Jesus died despite having studied the Quran, and you say he died, he's not coming back, you're a kafir. And you're going into the hellfire because you're disputing the Quran. The Quran is plain and clear. Allah took his soul. And if Allah took his soul, there are only two things that can happen. Either he keeps the soul or he returns it, but he did not keep the soul because he didn't die. So he had to return it. All you need is a little bit of common sense. That's all, that's all, that's all. A little bit of common sense. Allah sent the Quran to people who think, and if you refuse to think, you are the worst people in the sky, underneath the sky. Inna sharra dawabi inda Allahi summul bukmul lathina la yaqilun. The worst creatures in the sight of Allah are those who do not think. Thus, it is so frustrating. In my old age, it was so frustrating. Allah is teaching us in the Quran as plain and clear as daylight that Nabi Isa alayhi salam never experienced maut, never died. And since every soul must taste that, kullu nafsin za'iqatul maut, it is as plain as daylight from the Quran that he has to return and he will die like everybody else. Yes. May Allah open the eyes of those who refuse to accept what is plain and clear in the Quran before it is too late. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.